I want to talk about what happened to me the other day when I was attacked. It's a very important thing for me to speak about because of who the attacker or who sent the attacker. We know who sent the attacker because many years ago, when I lived here in Heraklion with my husband, the attacker appeared to me. He was older, but he told me that he was going to kill me. He told me who he was going to kill me for, and he told me how he was going to kill me. He was going to use a small caliber gun, and he was going to make his hands as dirty as possible. Even from his last kill, he would remain on his hands, and he would wipe himself and urinate and never wash his hands until he killed me. So all the stench and dirt that he had done up until the time he came to murder me would be on his hands. And then he said he never washed his hands unless he showered anyway. Only whenever he took a shower. This is a filthy man. How did I see this man? One day I went out and I was walking someplace, to a store or something, and the man appears and he's talking to me as I'm walking. And I'm a kid, so I talk to him. You know, kids, this is why kids should not talk to strangers. He was older than me. He was grown already, at least of legal age, I'm sure. And so I walk with him, and he takes me to a place, and he tells me all these things, and I'm terrified. He mentions to me who he's going to kill me for. And so, you know, I mean, this is really ridiculous. This man walks around here, still this very day. Anyway, so, and he let me go. He's a taunting type of person. He said he wasn't going to kill me then, but he'd kill me later. Of course, even if he wasn't going to let me go, I was going to try to leave anyway. I was trying to get away. And I went to the police and went to my family. I got fussed at by my husband and my family. Why do you walk off with strangers? Don't you know? Basically, you know, you get the lecture. And we went to the police, and the police tried to set this man up, where he would, try to say how Sting is operated, supposedly, or how it's done. But the man said to me, he goes, "You think I'm going to kill you now? I know everybody's watching me. I'll kill you later, if I get the chance." In some words, he'd really like to have the chance, but he had already gotten word that they had already found somebody to try and kill me. All those people that came after us, that I have listed on the website. Basically, just speak. This is the people that he mentioned that he was killing me for, and he was going to kill my husband for them too. To make a long story short, the man never attempted anything because he was being watched. I told the police what he had said to me too. But this man had the nerve to show up days later. Many, many years later, after I left this place, came back, and all the stuff that happened to me and my husband and our family and our beloved people and everything, I was asleep on a private porch. It was a private porch. And I told you I watched the man linger. I had not remembered him up until this point, because he had spoken to me several times since I've been here. I just remember him. This was the man that had done this to me. I saw him lingering. He thought I was asleep, but I wasn't. I said, "This man thinks I'm asleep, but I'm not." Then he walks off. He waited till I was asleep, and I told you how I did it. He cupped my mouth with his hand. It smelled really horrible. He cupped my mouth with his hand, and it smelled like really I'd never smelled like that before in my life, and I knew the man hadn't washed his hands and what possibly be on his hands. I told you I heard a pop. He had my arms put down. And I guess I told you he was fishing for something, like he was trying to get a better grasp of something. But a pop is a gun, and it went off. It was a small caliber gun. He bragged about it would be a small caliber gun. So if it's a pop so small, it has to be a small caliber gun. He told me what he was going to use on me. And he told me who was sending him to do it. And he was glad to do that to me, so many words. And he couldn't wait to have the opportunity. So the gun went off, or the pop happened, and then I guess it started him, and I was able to break my arm away, and then I was able to kick and fight. And I guess somebody was coming down the street, and so he couldn't jump up and shoot me and then run off because he would have been identified. Of course, I'm brave. I go after him, and I see him lurking in the alley, and I said, "It was you. You tried to hurt me," and he runs off. And okay, now I want to mention something else. So it's been several days now, and nobody's seen this man. Several days later, and I haven't seen him, so I don't know if anybody else has seen him or not. I also want to mention about the people who sent him to attacked me. It was a bunch of women and the people with them. These women also tried to attack my husband many years ago. Yes, they did. They tried to have my husband hurt many years ago. These are really bad people. As dirty as the stench that was on his hands, if not dirtier than that. I figure he has to. I'm saying this because he's probably had to take a shower in between times, at least once or twice. Filthy men. Children should not be unattended, although I was old enough to walk to the store by myself. And because of God helping me, the man wasn't able to hurt me then. And because of God helping me, about a couple of days ago when he attacked me, the man wasn't able to hurt me then either. And when I saw his hand cupped, I woke up and I saw this hand around my mouth. I smelled the stench. All I could do was ask God to help me. God made a gap in his hand when he went to try to clench my jaw so I couldn't move it at all. And I screamed no matter how muffled my sounds were, hoping to get attention inside the house as to anybody that may wake up or, hear me. At least if anything did anything to me, they know that something happened to me. Now I want to talk about something spiritual right now. Something that, a vision, I have visions, and my husband has the visions too. It's more to being just a king and a queen, basically. As these women thought it was just more to being nothing to being queen except what they looked like, I guess. I don't even want to talk about them because they came after us for our money. This is why they did it, for our money and things. For things. This is appalling and incredible. And the people with them, they had the same idea. Anyway, so the vision as of today, early this morning, I saw that God made us a tent. He made us a tent. And everyone underneath the tent is a castle for everybody to live in, rooms for everybody to have. And in the one room, there's a one room set aside for me and my husband for us to live, and everybody else has their own rooms. And the same drapings that were in the vision of us being underneath God's throne is also the same drapings he uses underneath his throne to make us a castle inside underneath the drapings and the mantle that he has that belongs to him. And then another part of the vision I see God's hands around my husband and myself, around my husband, King Shabtai Shabi, MALKAH, Maluk, and me. And God brings us together and he says, now you're finally together. You're together now. And you're not supposed to let anybody so many words to split you apart or try to drag you apart. Because if you do, he says that he'll be very angry with both my husband and me. We have the backing of God to be together. We're husband and wife. And God backs our people. He loves us very much. And I just wanted to mention that. And so I love you all very much. And I love you, King MALKAH, Maluk, Shabtai, Shabi, my husband, my beloved. For I'm your wife, queen, and love, and baby, for eternity, forever and a day, and then some, and even longer. Adolam Emet. And I love you all very much. Adolam Emet. Please remember that I love you. And I back my people wholeheartedly. My people are Israel. And God has blessed us greatly. And so, I just want to say that. My husband asked me to do this on the video, so it's a lot faster than an email. I love you. All my beloved family and my people Israel, we love God very much. And I love all that God has given me and blessed me with, especially beloved people and a very loving family and a truly wonderful husband. I am grateful. And I thank God tremendously. Adolam Emet.